Everyone, this is Mopbot, this is Not Society, and welcome back to episode number 45. We are standing here in front of the project that we worked on in last episode. This is the Nether Warts farm. We need more episodes to work on it. We didn't quite finish it. We've got still plenty more to do. There's 2 more layers after this. We've got one here, 2 more going up, and then we have the whole building to be built around it, which is going to take up quite a bit of room. In fact, we're probably going to have to redo that and stuff. There's still a lot to be done. We definitely have a bunch to do, but kind of a quick run on how this thing works here. I guess I forgot to harvest this side last time I went through here, but very easily here we can just come along, harvest all the stuff that's grown, and usually there would be hoppers under here. I do not have those in yet, and now I've also messed that up, but they would collect up all the drops and then bring them off to a storage room. For now, I'm just running through and collecting these. I do actually need to keep farming these while I'm building the actual farm, because I'm going to be using tons of these nether wart blocks in the actual build. In fact, most of the outside walls are going to be consisting of this block, so this can be very expensive considering I don't actually have any yet. So let's see, if we pop up to the next floor now, you can see I got one of those translocator elevators that's going to bring you up to each floor, and there's going to be a total of 4 as I've mentioned. But then again, on this level I already have the hoppers in for this level, so I don't need to worry about going in there and collecting all of the stuff here. But you can see just from this path here you are able to reach the entire farms, which is very good. And holy cow, this side's grown quite a bit. I do need to do something actually about the pigmen in here. I'm thinking probably glass rods every couple of blocks to stop them from spawning. Obviously I don't want to be coming through here and accidentally hitting a pigman while farming. That'd be very bad. We do not want that. And it's also just kind of annoying to have them all around the area. Oh, don't hit the guy. That really would be pretty traumatic. But we've got another elevator ready to go here. Don't have any of the redstone in, and I also don't have the pistons in for this level. This is going to be a shifting floor to semi-auto harvest. So I'll just come by, hit a button, and then those are all going to shift, harvest everything, and then I can just run through and plant everything. So that'll be very good to do. And these are all coming down into here right now. Like I said, they will go off into a storage area. Probably 1 episode down the line, possibly 2. Hopefully this project doesn't take too many more episodes. I really would like to get this farm up and running. As far as I know, it's the first one on the server. Actually, I don't think anyone else has one as of yet, but this farm is going to be massive and it is going to take a while to put together. You can see I've already got tons of nether wart and it's still not going to be enough. I'm going to be using lots of these blocks. Besides that, I've done plenty of glass gathering. Got a couple of ink sacks too, because I'm going to be using some black glass to kind of keep the dark colors going on around here. You see I got the nether brick and the black carpet and all that in here, and then also keeping the red and the brown. So, oh, no. Okay, we're going to be doing the rest of the clip from inside this glass tube here. That's, of course, why I built it, is to protect myself from the gas. Oh, I don't like you, but the building's going to come right up to here, actually. And no, we're going to have to redo part of this once we actually get it in and all that. But that guy, I don't like him. He's blown up plenty of my stuff so far, and I really do want to avoid that. So other than that, we have plenty of resources here ready to keep going. We're probably going to need more, at least stone bricks and nether brick probably. But plenty of slime blocks went off and got some of those from spawn, because we are going to be using some of those at the top story. As you can see, these elevators do not go back downward. So we are just going to have a big drop chute and you land down on a slime block at the bottom. So I'm going to go ahead and get started on now doing the redstone for this layer, or at least setting it up, doing the elevator and such, and getting that next layer in. This is going to go pretty high. It might hit the nether rack. Hopefully it doesn't go too high up though. I would like to be able to actually see most of the build. This has been a very expensive project. It has used a lot of iron. Of course, it's what I use behind all of my redstone, and that means that I use a lot of it. It really does. I went through quite a few stacks, and also lots of hoppers means lots of iron. So here we are. We're at spawn, the real spawn, not the spawn town, and this is the iron golem farm. Big old titan up in the sky, which is probably broken right now. I don't see any golems coming down. I think it's been broken for quite a while, actually. So hopefully we can actually... Ooh, this is good. Okay, there's plenty around here. Yep, don't feel guilty about taking a whole bunch of this. Gonna run this back to my base. Now this is good news. And as we get to later in the build, we are gonna need lots of bone blocks, and I don't have a ton of them. I do have a mob farm that I do let run while I'm AFK, but I've been focusing more on getting the nether warts right now while I'm AFK, letting those grow instead of actually letting that mob farm run. So I don't have a super good way of getting bones right now. I'm at Muse's mob farm at the spawn town now. You can see he's got a pretty nice view of the city. Well, I mean, I say it's better when you come out here and you can see all the tall buildings. But anyway, hopefully he's got some bones. I don't know if this farm's been running or not. Oh, doesn't look like it. Okay, we're going to need some other way to get bones, but I'm going to worry about that a little bit down the line because I don't need them just yet. Hopefully I'll either find another farm on the server, or maybe I can just AFK once I have enough nether warts. I don't know, I'll figure it out, but hopefully that comes pretty easily. Okay, we're back over here, and you can see that it's pretty much complete. At least the farm itself is. It is just a skeleton right now. Of course, we do need to do plenty of decorating around here to really kind of finish it off. And we do have that big thing sticking out there. I'll get to that in just a second. I did add a hallway as well. This will be sort of in the final build. I'm going to have a gap here somewhere for that big dropway to get back down to the bottom. But I really did need protection from gas as I was walking and got blown up a couple of times here. But if I go ahead and I'm just going to harvest a little bit of this, probably, yeah, that'll be good for now. Let's go ahead and keep popping up all the way through. Oh, see, yep, this is what I mean. I walked forward, and that was no bueno. Oops, now I'm stuck. Okay, get back out there. No. Never hold W while in that thing. Let's go ahead and back on up here, though. We'll try that again. Go on all the way over to the end. Go up to the second level. Keep my hand off my keyboard. And keep going then. Again, here we go. Second or third floor, maybe. And then if we go up, there we go. Yeah, it was the third floor. So here now is the fourth floor. We're all the way up the top. You can see it's pretty much the same as all the other ones, except now, at the end, we just have this come out, and this is going to lead right to the end of the building, right about here, I think. And then we're going to have 2 drop chutes on either side. They're going to go all the way down to wherever that floor is. You can't really see from up here. And then I do, of course, need to rewire, or wire in the first place, actually, all of this. And then I'll have all the redstone for setting that up. But I'm going to have to move this first, because that is in the way. And we might actually just be able to take this building and go right up to the ceiling. We might not even bother doing a roof. And I see you way back there. Can we... One shot, that is all it takes. So yeah, anyway, we're getting fairly close, I think. Building the actual building is going to take quite a while, though. And as you can see, I did need to already collect some more resources. And I'm going to need a lot more. I'm also going to be using a bit of black clay. So I'm going to have to go get some more hardened clay. A lot more ink sacks as well. I think we have a squid farm. I'm going to have to visit that, see if I can find that. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and see if I can at least get the basics around here. Probably finishing off this hallway and then doing that drop chute right there. Okay, so I did the redstone first. Instead of doing all the building around it, I figured it'd probably be a little bit easier, give me a little bit more room to work with here. And so I went ahead and did all that for each of the levels. All of the shifting floors are in, and I also added in the hoppers for the bottom layer. Now you can see the hoppers go just a little bit lower, and they all collect down right there. So I do want to give this a test here. Haven't wired up quite everything yet. I'm going to have a button along the front. And then if we go ahead to the back where I currently have the button, I just want to chuck all the redstone back here. Didn't want to try to make all this fit along the front. So it's back here. We've got the button now right here, and this is going to activate everything. You can see basically all this is the monostable circuit. This is going to go up here so it hits each level, and then each level is basically the same as this, except obviously just has that little extra arm to attach to the redstone staircase here. But we've got a repeater. That should be on 2 ticks. Okay, right away that would not have worked. Is this one on 2 ticks? It is not. Aha, okay. That is very good to have checked. Maybe I should check the other ones actually right away. This one, that one's good. Okay, I'm gonna think they're all probably good. And another thing, does that probably reach? I assume that's gonna reach all the way over there. And anyway, so this is going to first power these pistons. It's going to push that over there. And then 2 ticks later, these are going to push it right back to where it was before. So everything should be in order now. It's a good thing I checked those, actually. Let's go ahead and hit this right away. Okay. It looks like it worked. Let's go ahead on in there. We're going to see if all of the layers actually have emptied out all of their nether wart. That's not a big deal. I don't mind that. We'll catch that as we go through to fill up each layer anyway, so it's not a big deal. That one didn't work. Okay, 3rd story right needs to be troubleshooted, and everything else looked pretty good. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and fix that. Forgot a repeater. That was very important. Oh, that's somewhat frustrating. Let's go ahead and activate this whole farm again, though. That should be the only error, hopefully. Let's hit that button. Go ahead, run around back to the front there. And hopefully all of those will be gone now. And I see that ghast over there. We're going to hide in here. Let's go all the way down to the end, pop up to the second floor, and now to the third floor. Hopefully it won't be anything. Good. Okay, it's working. It is all in order. Let's just make sure it did all actually collect. I don't have like a hopper placed in the wrong order or something. Don't shoot me, don't shoot me. No, 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 no. Okay, panic. Died. Yay. Okay, let's hop back down here. Nope. That's too deep of a hole. That pigman's now stuck. Can we click on that? Very good. Okay. Holy cow. Okay, that was a good bit of nether wart, actually. One harvest gave us almost 10 stacks. Definitely good. Okay. Very, very good to see. I'm going to go ahead and start now on doing all of the... That is the wrong chest. All of the outside decorations. And hopefully we can get a decent start on it with the resources that we have. And step one to the aesthetics is redoing the tunnel up here to make room for the rest of the build. So this now just hangs a left right here where it would usually just be a staircase, goes a little bit further out, and then drops down into the glass tube and goes on all the way down. So everything else is the same, just a little bit longer, although this path is now also one wider. And there we go. I'm completely safe from this guy now. He cannot block me because I brought the walls all the way up. I now have the drop chutes in, and looking up you can see we've already started to kind of form the building here. It's going to be now just kind of wrapping around from this glass tube all the way around the building and up to the ceiling here. And yeah, we are completely sealed in, which is very good. But looking at this right here, these two tubes, these are all the nether wart blocks, and that's how much nether wart we have. I used almost a full double. It was like 4.5 stacks I think that I used. That was a lot just for this, and most of this building is actually going to be that block, so I'll probably have to do that in next episode. I might be able to get a little bit of a start on it though. So if we go ahead all the way through, I did actually just finish doing all of the nether warts here. I just farmed them all up. But if we come up to the 4-star, you can see, here we go, we got the final tunnel in, so we're all protected now. Got a bit of glowstone in the ground somewhere as well. I can't remember exactly which block it is, but here we go. This just comes all the way down. The wall is the same, and the ceiling and everything is completely the same as it was over there. But anyway, here are the two drop chutes, completely the same again on both sides. It's pretty much just a symmetrical build right down the middle. But anyway, here we go. Let's go ahead and just drop right down, and we're right at the bottom. So a very quick way to get down now. Don't take any damage either, which is very good. You do just have to hold spacebar when you hit these slime blocks there. So now comes the even more expensive part. That is doing the glass, because there is going to be part of the wall going around here in glass. And this is how much glass... Oh, nope. This is how much glass I have. I don't know if that'll be enough or not. Probably going to need more ink sacs, so it's going to be a lot of black glass. Also have to head off to the mesa and collect up some hardened clay, because I don't have any black clay right now, which is going to be right behind the black glass. So we're going to get a very dark color on the back here. And this glass here out front, all this stuff here, this is actually going to be gone, and it's going to make way for the actual building. And there's going to be different blocks here, so you won't be able to see completely through right here. Okay, so we have a desert very near where the mesa is. Went to collect up some hardened clay and found this place. This is the squid farm. And oh yeah, okay, we have plenty of ink sacs. We are not going to need to struggle whatsoever in order to get all of this black stuff that we're going to need for the build. There we go. Yeah, that's pretty insane. I'm going to go off now and collect up all that hardened clay. Okay, so here we have now what is going to be as far as we can get on this episode, because I have run out of materials. I've used up all the bones I have in just doing a couple of these spikes around the building, and all of the nether wart I have just doing a couple of the blocks here, those tubes, and that goes all the way around the building. But you can see here I've got the black glass up front with the nether brick underneath it, and then we've got the black stained clay behind it. So you got a really dark look right here, and then you've got that really bright red right on top of it, which I think is pretty cool. And then we've got also just more nether brick to just kind of blend together. And I don't see any gas. I'm just going to go ahead and pop out here. But I do then have the bone blocks going right up. They're going to go all the way up to the ceiling, I think. I'm not going to bother putting a roof on this thing when it's, you know, a block or two from the ceiling there. So they're just going to go all the way up. And then where we have all the air currently is where all these nether wart blocks are going to go. And that is another thing that I said I ran out of and is going to take a very long time to farm up. This needs to go all the way up, and each one of these has to go that high. So that is going to take quite a bit of nether wart. It's also going to take a lot of bones. So I do need to find somewhere to collect up those. I'll probably just AFK at my farm or see if I can find another one somewhere on the server. But the farm is working very well, and it's been so far pretty much safe from gas, which is a very good thing. I did have to modify the tunnel as well. It's now 1 block shorter. It was 4 blocks tall before, Now it's only 3, and that's just to kind of line up where the top of the glass is here. I could have made it 1 block taller, but I don't know. I think it looks good like this. So a little bit of a different height along the bottom here. You can see that over here as well. That goes and then just kind of climbs up there. Didn't want to bother with all this. At some point, I said I might kind of round this off. I'll probably just leave that as is, though, so I don't have to rebuild the whole bottom of the structure. But one other thing I do need to do, though, is I need to relocate this out to the front. I'll probably do that in next episode, as long as finding a way to prevent all the pigmen from spawning inside the farm, because if we go ahead and pop on in there, you will see probably a couple. I don't know if they can spawn on slime blocks or not, but I did see 2 here earlier. Yeah, so there's 1 right there. There's probably more as we keep going up each level. There's actually not on this level, okay. And then same on this one. Looks like no, maybe they can't spawn on a block with nether wart on it. That could be very possible. The only thing I'm really worried about is probably the slime blocks. I might have to cover those in carpet. I don't think you still take damage if you land on a carpet on slime block. But anyway, hope you all have enjoyed. I'll be finishing this off in the next episode. Go ahead and subscribe for more. But anyway, this is Mopbot, and I'll see y'all next time.